Joyful giving. It's not about obligation, it's about connection. It's about the moments when we reach out to one another, not because we have to, but because we want to. It's about the smiles we share, the hands we hold, and the hearts we touch. It's about the simple acts that remind us of our shared humanity. It's about recognizing our shared humanity. When we see someone in need, we don't just see a stranger. We see a reflection of ourselves. We see the potential for connection, for understanding, for empathy. We see the beauty in our differences and the strength in our unity. When we give with joy, we offer a piece of our hearts. We share our love, our compassion, our kindness. We open ourselves up to the possibility of making a difference, no matter how small. And in doing so, we create a ripple effect that can touch countless lives. We open ourselves to the beauty of vulnerability. We allow ourselves to be seen, to be heard, to be felt. We embrace the moments of connection that bring us closer together, that remind us of our shared humanity. And in those moments we find strength, courage, and hope. And in that space, transformation happens. For the giver, for the receiver, for the world. We become part of something bigger than ourselves. We become agents of change, of hope, of love. We create a world where kindness and compassion are the norm, not the exception. Joyful giving isn't about erasing hardship. It's about recognizing that even in the midst of difficulty, there's still good. There's still love. There's still the capacity to share, to give, to connect. It's about finding the light in the darkness and sharing it with others. It's about recognizing that even in difficulty, there's still good. There's still love. There's still the capacity to share. It's about the moments when we come together, when we support one another, when we lift each other up. It's about the power of community, of connection, of love. There's still the capacity to share, to give, to connect, to make a difference. It's about the small acts of kindness that can have a big impact. It's about the moments when we reach out to one another, when we offer a helping hand, when we show that we care. It's a radical act of hope, a reminder that we are not alone, that we are all connected, that we all have the power to make a difference. It's about the moments when we come together, when we support one another, when we lift each other up. It's about the power of community, of connection, of love, a reminder that we are not alone, that even in the midst of hardship, there is still hope, there is still love, there is still the capacity to give, to share, to connect. It's about the moments when we come together, when we support one another, when we lift each other up, that even small acts of kindness can ripple outwards, creating waves of change. It's about the moments when we reach out to one another, when we offer a helping hand, when we show that we care. It's about the power of kindness, of compassion, of love. It's about the heart of joyful giving. We often think of giving as something reserved for the wealthy. It's easy to imagine that only those with substantial resources can afford to be generous. We see images of affluent individuals making large donations, attending high-profile charity events, and funding significant causes. These acts of kindness are indeed impactful and necessary, but they are not the only forms of generosity that exist. A luxury for those with resources to spare. The media often highlights the charitable contributions of the rich and famous, reinforcing the notion that generosity is a privilege of the wealthy. However, this perspective overlooks the countless acts of kindness performed by everyday people, those who may not have much to give but still find ways to make a difference. But generosity isn't about the size of our bank accounts. It's about the willingness to give, to share what we have, no matter how small. It's about the spirit of giving that transcends financial status. Whether it's offering a listening ear, a warm meal, or a helping hand, these small acts of kindness can have a profound impact on those around us. It's about the size of our hearts. True generosity comes from a place of empathy and compassion. It's about recognizing the needs of others and responding with kindness, regardless of our own circumstances. It's about the human connection that binds us all, the understanding that we are all in this together. It's a universal human capacity. Generosity is not limited by geography, culture, or economic status. It's a trait that exists in every corner of the world, in every community, and within every individual. It's a choice we can all make, a way to contribute to the well-being of others and to the betterment of society as a whole. A choice we can make regardless of our financial circumstances. Even those with limited means can find ways to give. It might be through volunteering time, sharing skills, or simply offering support and encouragement. These acts of generosity are just as valuable as any monetary donation. The truth is, many of the most generous people I've met have known hardship. They understand what it means to struggle, to go without, and this understanding fuels their desire to help others. Their generosity is born from a place of empathy, a deep-seated recognition of the challenges faced by those around them. They understand the weight of scarcity. They know what it's like to worry about the next meal, to face financial uncertainty, and to live with the constant pressure of making ends meet. This intimate knowledge of hardship makes their acts of kindness all the more meaningful. But they also understand the power of human connection. They know that a simple act of kindness can lift someone's spirits, that a shared moment can create a lasting bond. They give not because they have to, but because they want to, because they see the value in helping others. They give not from a place of excess, but from a place of empathy. Their generosity is not about showing off or gaining recognition. It's about making a real difference in the lives of others. It's about the genuine desire to help, to support, and to uplift those who are struggling. Their generosity is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. It shows that even in the face of adversity, we can choose to be kind, to be compassionate, and to be generous. It proves that our capacity for giving is not limited by our circumstances, but is instead a reflection of our character. Proof that even in the face of adversity, we can choose love. We can choose to see the good in others, to offer support, and to share what we have. It's a powerful reminder that generosity is not about wealth, but about the willingness to give. We can choose to share. Whether it's a small gesture or a significant contribution, every act of kindness counts. Every effort to help others makes a difference. And in the end, it's these acts of generosity that truly define us, that show the world who we are and what we stand for. Scarcity tells us there's not enough to go around. Not enough money, not enough time, not enough love. It whispers in our ears, making us believe that we must compete for limited resources. This mindset is deeply ingrained in our society, shaping our actions and our relationships. It's a mindset of fear and lack. It keeps us isolated, making us feel alone in our struggles. We become so focused on what we don't have that we fail to see the possibilities around us. This fear-based thinking creates barriers between us and others, focused on protecting what we have, guarding our possessions and our hearts. We hold on tightly, afraid to lose what little we think we have. This protective stance can make us suspicious and defensive, always on the lookout for threats, even if it means sacrificing connection and generosity. We turn away from those in need, fearing that helping them will deplete our own resources. This mindset prevents us from experiencing the joy of giving and the warmth of human connection. Joyful giving challenges this narrative. It invites us to see the world through a different lens, one of abundance and possibility. When we give freely, we open ourselves up to new experiences and relationships. It asks us to shift our perspective, to move from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance. This shift is not just about material wealth, but about recognizing the richness of our lives in all its forms, to recognize the abundance that already exists within us and around us. Abundance is not just about having more, but about appreciating what we already have. It's about seeing the beauty in everyday moments and the potential in every person we meet. When we give, even in small ways, we begin to tap into this wellspring of abundance. Acts of kindness, no matter how small, create ripples that spread far and wide. They remind us that we are all connected and that our actions matter. We tap into this wellspring of abundance. We start to see the world differently, noticing opportunities for connection and growth that we might have missed before. This new perspective can transform our lives and our communities. We start to see the world differently, We begin to appreciate the simple pleasures and the beauty that surrounds us. This shift in perspective can bring a profound sense of peace and contentment. We realize that we have more to offer than we thought. Our skills, our time, our compassion, these are all valuable resources that can make a difference. When we share them, we enrich our own lives as well as the lives of others. And in that realization, we experience a profound sense of freedom. We are no longer bound by the constraints of scarcity. Instead, we are free to live fully, to give generously, and to connect deeply with those around us. This is the true essence of abundance. We are wired for connection, for belonging. Joyful giving nourishes this fundamental human need. When we give, we step outside of ourselves and our own worries. We extend a hand to others. We build bridges of empathy and understanding. These acts of giving, no matter how small, weave the fabric of community. They remind us that we are not isolated individuals but interconnected members of something larger than ourselves. This sense of belonging, of shared humanity, is essential for our well-being. It fosters resilience, strengthens social bonds, and creates a more compassionate world. Generosity isn't limited to financial contributions. It's about offering what we have, however humble it may seem. It's about sharing our time, our skills, our attention. It's about showing up for others in ways that are meaningful and authentic to us. Maybe you're a gifted listener, offering a safe space for someone to share their burdens. Maybe you're a skilled baker, sharing the warmth of a homemade treat with a neighbor. Maybe you're a talented artist, using your creativity to bring joy to others. Generosity takes on countless forms, each one a testament to the beauty and diversity of the human spirit. We often underestimate the power of small acts of kindness. The truth is, these seemingly insignificant gestures can have a ripple effect, creating waves of positive change that extend far beyond the initial act. Imagine a single smile offered to a stranger on the street. That smile could brighten their day, giving them a much-needed boost of positivity. They, in turn, might be inspired to perform their own act of kindness, passing that positive energy on to someone else. And so it continues, a chain reaction of generosity and compassion. When we give with intention, even the smallest acts become imbued with meaning. It's not about checking off a box or fulfilling an obligation. It's about approaching each act of giving with mindfulness and purpose. Ask yourself, what gifts do I have to offer? What are my passions? Who in my life could benefit from my unique talents and resources? When we align our giving with our values and passions, it becomes a source of joy and fulfillment, both for ourselves and for the recipients of our generosity. Generosity is a beautiful thing, but it's important to remember the oxygen mask principle. We can't pour from an empty cup. We can't give what we don't have. Self-care isn't selfish, it's essential. When we prioritize our own well-being, we fill our cups, allowing us to show up for others from a place of wholeness and authenticity. Remember, sustainable generosity requires us to take care of ourselves first. Only then can we truly give freely and joyfully. The concept of joyful giving isn't new. It's a thread woven through the tapestry of human history. Across cultures and spiritual traditions, we find echoes of this timeless wisdom. From the Buddhist concept of dana, or selfless generosity, to the Christian principle of love thy neighbor, the message is clear. Giving is an integral part of what it means to be human. It connects us to something larger than ourselves, reminding us that we are all interconnected. We don't have to be perfect to be generous. In fact, it's in the imperfection, the messy human moments, that we often find the most profound beauty. Let go of the need to be perfect. Let go of the fear of not doing enough. Give what you can when you can, with a joyful heart. Embrace the imperfections. Celebrate the small victories.